Human skin parasites that can make life hell. Human skin parasites can appear seemingly out of nowhere. One minute you're feeling fine, and the next minute you're itching incessantly. Within minutes the itching is accompanied by a biting sensation. The itching and biting is all over your entire body, with some areas more intense than others. Nothing you apply to your itchy skin makes a difference. In desperation, you take a hot bath and gain some relief. For a few moments you feel relieved and think that you have ended the problem. But within a few hours the itching returns. Again, it's relentless, and the only relief is another hot bath. You go to bed expecting a good night's sleep, and around 3 a.m. you're awakening with itching and biting sensations. Again, the hot bath does its trick, and you return to bed expecting a few hours of peaceful sleep and decide to schedule an appointment with your doctor in the morning. But it doesn't work out that way. Within a half hour, back in bed, you're itching again. You're at wit's end, totally at loss as to what's happening. Your mind is whirling, trying to figure out what's wrong. At some point you realize that whatever is itching you is residing in your bedding. You remove all of your bedding and launder it with bleach or ammonia for disinfection. You take another hot bath and change your bedding. Sure enough, you get a few hours of sleep. The irony is that with all the itching and biting, you see nothing on your skin for a few days. Then you begin noticing bite marks that may be accompanied with rashes. You are hopeful the doctor will prescribe the antidote, but he can't find anything wrong with you. He gives you an antibiotic for the rashes and prescribes Elamite or Quill for the itching. Relief is immediate, and you figure that the solution is at hand. However, after about 4 days, the itching returns along with the biting, which seems to be from under the skin. Lesions are forming on your body, and some bite marks appear to look like vampire bites, 2 marks about 1/16 of an inch apart. Back to the doctor, who suggests blood tests and a plug sample. Again, you think that the results will identify this hell that has taken over your life. The blood test only indicated a slight elevated CBC count, that's complete blood count, and the plug sample shows nothing. By now, you've either figured out on your own, or you've gone to the internet for help and found that you have an unknown skin parasite that has infested your clothing, bedding, rugs, furniture, and that you're not alone. You've also been sent to a specialist who, much to your chagrin, tells you that it's stress and that he can't find anything. From the internet you learned of Morgellons and asked the doctor if you have Morgellons disease. He tells you that there's no proof of there being any such disease. By now you may have given this horrendous affliction to another family member and feel pretty much on your own. Doctors know nothing about it, and the internet is becoming full of all types of treatments that people have used. Zappers, herbal dewormers, bentonite clay, MMS, oregano, faith healing, Echo-V, sulfur, urine therapy, magnetic therapy. You start with whatever one you read about first and end up bouncing from one to another with little if any relief. Job of the Old Testament in the Holy Bible may very well have been the first human on record to have suffered from these skin parasites, which are in the form of skin mites, nematodes, columbella, or skin fungus. They make scabies, a form of mite, look like the common cold. My health started from a cloud of dust that descended upon me after I pulled a strangulating vine from a tree in my backyard. Early on I experimented with garlic. I started with 30,000 milligrams of garlic a day and ended up around 240,000 milligrams a day. For me, garlic completely tamed down the symptoms of the itchy parasites to where I could be human. Of course, I tried many different medications during this time, and each time I went off garlic to see if the medication or remedy was working. It would flare up again because none were working. Eventually, garlic lost its magic, and it was back to the itching hell. Fortunately, thereafter, I discovered the value of diet, which I call the Parasite Lime diet, also the King diet. It was the first hope I had in fighting skin parasites. In fact, I'm convinced that no treatment will work without getting on the eating diet and staying on it. There are foods such as fruits and many carbohydrates that feed the parasites and foods that starve them. I started it as an elimination diet. I ate only eggs initially, and within a few days I was itch and bite free. It worked that fast for me. It took over 10 years to discover all the nuances of the diet so I could enjoy foods like shrimp scampi, chicken and butter sauce, and so on. It's a 3-stage diet, the first of which is very strict. As stage 1 is successful, one can often advance to stage 2 within a week or so and eat more leniently. It didn't take long to think I was cured, but every time I went off the diet for a week or so, the itching and biting returned. In time, with certain medications, I could advance to stage 3 of the diet and enjoy limited amounts of fruit, honey, chocolate cake, and the like. Suffering from skin parasites raises some important questions. How do you bathe? What skin creams or lotions provide results? How do you get skin parasites out of your bedding, your furniture, rugs? Although your doctor has no answers to these questions, there are real down-to-earth answers to get your life back to normal, or at least very close to being normal. It's a king diet. Service mark. For more information, go to www.skinparasitesebook.com.